Did you know that 99% of people believe in something greater than themselves? That's almost all of us. But how does this belief, our faith, shape our lives? And what if it's more powerful than we think? In the vast universe of thoughts, there exists a unique constellation named faith, twinned with an equally enigmatic star, imagination. These two, when aligned, have the power to shape the reality we experience. This is not just a whimsical assertion, but the cornerstone of Neville Goddard's insightful work, Your Faith is Your Fortune. Published in the early 40s, Goddard's book presents a new perspective on faith, one that transcends the boundaries of religious dogma and delves into the psyche's heart. He proposes that faith is not just a religious sentiment, but a deep conviction of your imagination and assumptions. It is the inner world of beliefs and assumptions that casts the mold for our external reality. At the core of his teachings is the principle, imagination creates reality. Goddard suggests that if you believe and assume something to be true, your external world will mirror that belief. It's like painting your world with the brushstrokes of your imagination. Then there's the I am principle, our awareness of being. Goddard interprets biblical scriptures as metaphors for psychological states. When Moses was told by God, I am that I am, Goddard views this as the recognition that our identity, our I am, shapes our life manifestation. Our self-concept, the assumptions we hold about ourselves, is the magic key that can unlock a transformation in our circumstances. Change how you perceive yourself and the world, and the external conditions of your life will shift accordingly. Goddard also paints faith as a powerful inner conviction, a belief in the power of imagination. If you have faith that something is true, even when it's not yet visible in the physical world, it will eventually become your reality. And finally, living in the end. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Act, think, and feel as though your desired outcome has already been realized. As Goddard would put it, your faith in God is measured by your confidence in yourself. While faith is a common denominator across cultures and religions, Goddard's perspective on it is unique. This is where the divergence begins. Traditional religious beliefs often revolve around faith in a higher power or divine entity, an external, omnipotent being that controls the universe and our lives. However, Goddard takes a different approach. He sees faith as an internal force, a deep conviction of our imagination and assumptions. For him, faith is not about belief in an external deity, but belief in oneself and the power of one's imagination. Let's delve a little deeper. In traditional religions, one is often taught to pray and ask for divine intervention, to surrender to a higher power, and to seek guidance from a deity. This, in essence, is an external focus, but Goddard flips this concept on its head. He posits that faith is an inner conviction, a psychological state that shapes our reality. It's not about seeking help from an external source, but about harnessing the power of our mind and imagination to create our desired reality. This brings us to the concept of the I am principle. In traditional religious teachings, I am is often associated with God, the divine entity. When Moses asked God who he was, the reply was, I am that I am. This has been interpreted by many religious scholars as God declaring his eternal and self-sustaining existence. But Goddard sees this differently. He interprets I am not as a divine entity, but as a statement of self-awareness, of being. In his view, I am represents our consciousness, our essence. When we say I am, we are affirming our existence, our state of being. And this state of being, according to Goddard, is what manifests in our life. So if you believe and affirm that I am successful, you create a reality where success is inevitable. This is a stark contrast to the traditional religious belief where I am is a divine entity outside of us. For Goddard, I am is a powerful self-affirmation, a statement of our belief and imagination. It's an internal focus, a shift from the external divine entity to the internal power of imagination and belief. Goddard's view of faith is empowering. It places the reins of our life in our hands. It's about self-concept, about changing how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. It's about living in the end, assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and acting, thinking and feeling as though our desired outcome has already been realized. In Goddard's words, the world is yourself pushed out, Ask yourself what you want and then give it to yourself. Do not question how it will come about. Just go your way, knowing that the evidence of what you have done must appear, and it will. It's a radical perspective, a shift from external divine intervention to internal self-affirmation, from traditional religious faith to a faith in our imagination and self-concept. It's a journey inward, a journey of self-discovery, and a journey of creating our desired reality. What if the reality you experience is directly influenced by your beliefs and assumptions? A fascinating question, isn't it? It's a proposal that opens up a world of possibilities, a world where you are not a mere spectator but a creator. This is the crux of Neville Goddard's teachings in Your Faith is Your Fortune. Goddard suggests that our beliefs and assumptions hold the power to shape our reality. He encourages us to reflect on these internal convictions, to examine them, to question them, and ultimately to harness them, not in a superficial or whimsical way, but with the deep, resonating conviction of faith. A faith that is not confined to religious doctrines, but extends to the realm of imagination, the realm of I am. But what does it mean to have faith as an inner conviction? According to Goddard, it means to believe in something with such intensity that it permeates your being. It's about assuming something to be true, not in a wishful thinking kind of way, but in a way that you know it to be true in every fibre of your being. This is the kind of faith that has the power to influence your reality. Now take a moment to ponder on this. Think about your beliefs and assumptions. How do they align with your desired reality? Are they limiting or empowering? Are they based on fear or love? Remember, these are not just idle musings. They are powerful tools that can shape your life experience. And what about faith? Do you view it as a religious construct, or do you see it as an inner conviction? A conviction that your imagination, combined with faith, has the power to create your reality. As Goddard proposes, faith is not just about believing in something, it's about knowing it to be true. To close with Goddard's words, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. So what do you wish, and how will your faith make it your fortune?